All right, everybody, I am going to do a screen recording to post to my Canvas about expectations and where things are at so that everybody knows where everything is. And there's going to be a quiz on this. So we're going to start in my Canvas. And we're going to start with ELA. We're going to be focusing a lot on ELA. I had some students earlier this morning say they had issues looking at the playlist. The playlist is here on my home page. And you can see it right there. It's glitched a couple times today where I cannot scroll up to look at the playlist, and then there's been some times where it's been just fine and scrolled. So it looks like some of you may be having that issue. If you look in the bottom right hand corner of my screen, you'll see my inbox and the number 4 right there. That means I have 4 messages just from students. Please send me your messages in Canvas, because I know those are 4 student messages, and those are 4 messages I want to respond to right away. My remind messages, I really prefer that to be for parents. I have 24 hours to get back to anybody that emails me, but I prefer to get back to students as soon as possible. Parents, sometimes I get the remind messages right away, sometimes I don't, and then my email is just always full. So we're going to scroll down to, where did student view go? Well, there was a student view here not that long ago. And I'm not seeing it, so we're going to go in the back door, I think. And there's the student view right here. And I want to walk you through something that I noticed today when I was making this video the first time. This is like take number 4 or 5. So sometimes we have to do things multiple times. In Students View, and look, here I can scroll just fine and see my playlist down here. And I can move that, and I can look and see the remind code and the code for Edpuzzle and all the assignments. When I go to modules, I thought this was student view. Let's see. Maybe not. When I go to modules and I go to this assignment, how to write an email, when I clicked on modules, I don't see my rubric anywhere. And I showed you guys the rubric on the desktop. I worked with a student today, and we realized that if you go to the to-do list and you go to how to write an email, do you see where the submission and rubric popped right up? Most of your discussion board posts will have a rubric, and all a rubric does is tell you how you're going to get your grade. So here it says comments, files, rubric. When I click on rubric, it may or may not come up. There's a rubric there, just like I showed you online. If you guys have issues getting to it, let me know. That says student, it's not acting like a student. Student view. And this is your social studies course. Again, your social studies course, your playlist is in the same spot. It's at the bottom of your screen. It tends to scroll better in portrait, and there we are in portrait, and it scrolled better, and the Edpuzzle code is down there. Your assignments will always be in modules and on the playlist. So for people that emailed me, what do we need to do today? It's on the playlist. It's on slide 1 of the playlist. It will always be on slide 1. So anything that looks like it's hyperlinked, you should be able to click on and complete those assignments. Now, that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to go to my ELA, and I wanted to go to student view so I can show you hopefully the rubric, because I think that's very important to know how you're getting graded. So the to-do list, because when I went, so you try things one way and then you try things a different way. So from my dashboard, I was not able to see the rubric. From the to-do list, I have no idea why, I can see the rubric. There you go. That's what the rubric looks like. And do you see, I didn't give up. I tried something different. I went in a different way. I like to call it a back door. So in your rubric, 2 things to include. It has all the points all the way down. And when I grade it, I'm going to either mark the 0 or the 20. And that is how you're going to get your 100. I like to know where my 100 comes from. So do you. It is right there. For everyone that had issues with the ELA informational form, and a lot of people did, you need to log into Google to do that. But what I also did was I also went ahead and just made a hard link to the playlist that you should be able to click on and fill out. I need Miss Brody to teach me how to push out forms to the iPads. Okay, expectations. You need to be to class 5 minutes early. When you get to class 5 minutes early, you need to check your inbox, check your email, look at your playlist, work on Lexia while you're in the waiting room. I may go over a little bit. What I do as you guys come in the waiting room is I'm taking attendance so that when we come into class, we can start on time. We don't have time to waste. You need to read all of the directions before asking me for help, because the first thing I'm going to do when you need help is I'm going to ask you to read the directions to me. And over the last 20 plus years of working with children, what happens is they start to read the directions to me and then they go, oh, which as a teacher tells me they didn't read the directions. So please make sure you read all the directions, read them out loud to yourself before you ask for help. Very importantly, everything is almost always due on Canvas. You need to turn in your work on time. Your parents are busy doing their job. Getting your schoolwork done and getting your schoolwork done on time is your job. My job is to grade your stuff in a timely manner. Now, it can take me up to a week to grade an assignment. And if you turn in late work, I grade your work last. Everyone else's work gets graded that's been turned in on time. So if I have an assignment that's today's assignment and 60 students turn it in, and you turn in an assignment that's a month late, first of all, I'm going to tell you I'm not going to grade it probably. But I'm going to grade all those other assignments before I even look at yours. So if you don't want to be in trouble and you don't want to lose your Xbox or whatever it is your consequences are, please turn in your work on time, because just like your parents are coming home from their jobs helping you guys with your schoolwork, when I leave school or when I'm done with school for the day, if I'm not in the school building, if I'm working from home, I have to work with my children on their schoolwork. So my job ends at the end of the workday, and then I go home to my second job, my children, just like your parents do. The bulk of my grading I do on Tuesday evenings, because I work a desk job on Tuesday evenings, and during that time, it's basically dead time. I get to sit down and grade papers, so I do a lot of grading papers on Tuesdays. If you have any questions, please send me an inbox in Canvas. A couple more things before I go. Classwork is worth 25% of your grade. So that means if you do 0 classwork, the highest grade you can get if you do everything else in my class is a 75. Quiz grades are worth 30% of your grade. Quizzes include your discussion board posts. And as you guys see, I'm a terrible speller. Discussion posts, and the last thing, tests, is 45% of your grade in tests, and you'll also have a final paper. Okay, so that is where your grade comes up from. So please make sure your discussion board posts are done and done well. They're worth quite a bit. Tests are worth quite a bit, and your final paper is as well. I really hope to not have any tech issues and to get this put up on Canvas. There will be a multiple choice quiz to go with this. It's not a quiz, it's a test. A test grade to go with this. Should be an easy 100 for both ELA and social studies. I can't wait to see those hundreds roll in. I hope you guys have a wonderful evening, and I can't wait to see your faces until tomorrow.